Time for another rant review. Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Zach with Zacks Books, and today we're going to be talking about Cujo. So this is going to be another rant review. The coming of You Like It Darker, which is a collection coming out, which is already out by the time this video is up. There is a short story in there called Rattlesnakes, which is the sequel to this book. So, in lieu of that, I figured why not read Cujo and do a rant review on it, for obvious reasons. Down below, there's going to be the Patreon. Also, I set up the channel memberships for YouTube. There is one tier, and that is the Kingdom. It is going to be more exclusive King content, so like I'll talk about like movies, different types of ranking things. Danielle and I have a weird fun video idea that we're planning on there. It's separate than Patreon. I just don't want to overflow this channel with too much King content as much as popular as it is. I just don't want to overdo it, so we opened up channel memberships, and it's going to be just King stuff, so it's only going to be King. That'll be down below with the Patreon, Danielle's channel, and yeah, all that fun stuff. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and let's get into the doggy. Alright, so normally, like I said, and my previous ones, I start out with just kind of a review of the book, and then I get into spoilers at the end. And let me tell you, I've got some things to say at the end of this book. So, first and foremost, I'm going to give this book 5 stars. I believe the first go-around, I think I also gave it 5 stars as well. Might have only been 4, I don't remember. But I'm giving these 5 stars. I really, really enjoy this book. This book, we're following a married couple, Vic and Donna Trenton, and their son Tad, and pretty much Donna's infidelities in terms of cheating on her husband, and pretty much what happens after that, and like how the family takes it and handles it. And a dog, Cujo, which is a Saint Bernard, at the very beginning of the book is chasing a rabbit and gets bit by a rabbit, or gets bit by a bat and gets rabies. The saddest part of the book, well, I don't want to say it's the saddest part of the book. One of the saddest things about this book is like you kind of get Cujo's like mindset towards the beginning, and kind of throughout it, like, oh, like he's a playful dog, he's nice, he's a big dog, but you know, he's, you know, oh, I'm just chasing this rabbit, oh, I'm hearing all these noises, and then he gets bit, and it's just kind of like his descent into madness and like what the rabies are doing to him. I personally like that better than the movie. Most book versions I do like better than movie versions, but I do have some exceptions. But Cujo, I definitely like the book version more. So basically what ends up ensuing is Vic finds out that Donna was cheating on him through a note from the lover that it was, because she cut him off. Donna basically told the guy, like, look, I'm done with you. We're not doing this anymore. And yeah, he ends up like giving a letter inconspicuously to Vic, so Vic doesn't even know who it is. And pretty much from there, it's just a lot of fighting. And eventually what ends up happening is they have a Pinto. I don't know if it's a Dodge Pinto. I don't know what kind of actual like manufacturer it is, but I believe it's a Pinto car. And it's not working, and so Donna goes to a repair guy, and if you know this book or seen the movie, I mean, there's not much more I could really say that would not spoil the book, but otherwise, I really did like this story. I'm going to if you don't want to hear spoilers, I'm going to try and like wrap up the first portion here, and then I'm going to get into spoilers and everything. It's a very terrifying novel. I personally, you know, we have Bailey. She's not 200 pounds, she's maybe 40, so I mean, like, it's not as scary if she got rabies. I mean, it's like if she got rabies, but you know. But yeah, no, I'm a big like dog person, so like anytime something happens to a dog, it's like depressing and sad. And even though like Cujo is like a very like vicious animal, like it's just sad like hearing his mindset throughout the book of like, hey, yeah, there's all these like loud noises, like the humans are at fault for this, like this lady's the one who hurt me, and like this person's the one who hurt me, and when really it was just a bat, and he just like, he doesn't know. And it's like really depressing to like hear his point of view like certain times, because it's like, it's just a poor puppy, or I shouldn't say puppy, it's a 200-pound dog. It's just a poor dog, and you know, you kind of feel bad for him, but it is what it is. So now I'm going to get into spoilers for this book. So if you don't want to listen to the spoilers, now would be the time to skip ahead. But now we're going to get into spoilers for Cujo. Alright, so here is the spoiler portion of Cujo. So if you don't want to listen to this part, like I just said, skip ahead. We'll probably have the little time thing where you can skip over, whatever. I have very mixed feelings with this book in terms of my thought of it and how the ending goes. Pretty much, I'll spoil the ending here. Obviously, the rest of this is spoilers. So, spoilers. The ending of this book, basically, a cop comes at some point to try and help Donna, or they're trying to, like, find Donna. At this point, you know, Vic goes on a business trip. He comes back, or he gets a phone call. He's trying to call home. Nobody's answering. He's trying to call neighbors. Nobody's answering because Cujo's killed them. And they can't, you know, Vic's trying to figure out what the hell's going on. Why isn't she answering? Oh, he ran off with the one guy. Oh, he ran off with the one guy. And so, you know, the cops get involved. He comes home from the business trip, and nobody can still find Donna and Tad, and everyone's trying to figure it out. Car's not there, so they're trying to think, okay, well, maybe it's not a kidnapping, or maybe it was a kidnapping, but the guy came back for the car, and you know, all these things are being thrown out, all these possibilities and everything, and the guy, it's just, the issue I run into with this book is I blame 80 to 90% of what happens in this book on the mom, mainly because, well, she cheated in the first place. And there's one night they're talking to each other, and he was like, yeah, I need to, you know, make sure I do this with the Pinto to make sure it's all set up for an appointment to get it looked at. And he completely forgets to do that because he finds out about the cheating, and his mind just completely goes somewhere else because he's not thinking about that because she cheated. So, and then the other part, which now that I have a kid, I am babying the hell out of him, so I can kind of see this part when she leaves to go and get the car looked at. Tad's like, I don't want a babysitter, I want to come with you. And she's like, no, you need to stay here. And he's like, no, I want to come with you, I don't want the babysitter. And she eventually caves in and brings him with. Me now being a parent, I can kind of see, you know, the caving in point. When I didn't have Maverick, I at first was like, why? But now that I'm like a dad, I'm like, yeah, I want to just bring him everywhere I go. So that part is whatever, but the whole cheating part is really what gets me with this, because if that didn't happen, Vic would not have forgotten about the Pinto, would not have gotten to, you know, forgetting about setting that up, meaning that she wouldn't have gotten in that predicament. Yes, Cujo was rabid. It would have happened eventually to somebody, because Cujo had already killed, I think, 2 or 3 people up until the point where they had gotten there. So, I mean, that's just how I view it. It's just, if she didn't cheat in the first place, I feel like a lot of this stuff could have been avoided. But you could say that for pretty much most of any of these books. Like, you know, Carrie. If Carrie didn't go to prom and she listened to her mom, none of that would have happened. So, I mean, if you really think about stuff like that, anything could be avoided if this happened. But that's the part I like about writing, is like the what if. Because it's like, King set this up as like, okay, what if somebody cheats, but then they get put in a situation where it's like life or death, and the other party is like, has no idea what's going on. They don't know where they are, and they feel like they're at fault, because Vic was like blaming himself towards the end, and Donna's like, no, it's not your fault. If you don't, the ending of this book, where it differs from the movie, is Tad lives in the movie. In the book, he dies. The issue I had with that is it's very, like, it's a punch to the gut because of everything Donna went through while dealing with Cujo, and you feel really bad. Like, I was upset and I was sad that he died, but it kind of like went hand in hand countering with the whole like, well, Donna, this is your fault in the first place. Like, I feel bad that he died, obviously, but it's like, it kind of gets overshadowed because the whole situation is her fault. She got put in that situation because of her. And so I don't know. I always get put in a tough spot whenever I have to like think about that because like Tad, it's absolutely depressing that he dies. Anytime a kid dies, a dog dies, Cujo dies in the end, gets his head chopped off. I'm very curious to know where they go with rattlesnakes because I think it's like the aftermath of all this, like what happens between Vic and Donna. Like I know at the end they like try and patch things up and they're trying to move forward. So we'll see what happens with that. But I don't know. I'm indifferent about it just because of the whole, I think Donna's a very hard-hitting person to blame with this. Just because she wanted to feel younger. Like, I don't know. I don't know. I just didn't agree with that portion. And if you agree with me or disagree with me, let me know in the comments. And, it's a discussion. I think Donna's one of the reasons to blame for the events that took place in Cujo. I don't know. But yeah, no, otherwise, like I said, it was a 5-star read. I really, really like the heck out of this book. It's, one that I don't mind rereading again in the future. One of the other quarrels I have with this book is there's no chapters. It has paragraph breaks, and that's about it. There's no chapters. Nothing like that. I mean, you have breaking points because, like I said, they're you get a whole run of paragraph, and then there's a little spot, and then more those are the breaks that you get. But there's no like chapter 5, chapter 20, whatever. So I mean, that's like one of the only other issues I have with the book. But it's still a 5-star read. The story itself is phenomenal, and it's really good. I don't know. I'll leave it at that just because I don't want to talk about more spoilers. So we're going to be ending this video here. Yeah, if you've read Cujo, let me know your thoughts down below. If you're excited for rattlesnakes, by the time of filming this, I still need to read it, so I have not read it quite yet. But by the time this video is up, I will hopefully have read that story. I'm very excited to read it, and I'm anytime there's like a sequel to something King has written, I'm very excited to see. Also, he does not have a book announced for next year yet, gradually in May. But I'm waiting. I want to see what he's going to do next year. If he takes a year off, though, I have a suspicion that he could be doing the 3rd Talisman book. Potentially. He's also probably writing like 14 other things right now, so. Unless he announces a retirement, that would suck. Anyway, but yeah, no, so that's Cujo. I gave it 5 stars. What are your thoughts on the book? Let me know in the comments down below. Again, down below is also the Patreon. The channel membership is started, so if you want more King exclusive stuff, I'll go into more like character things and movies and other type of stuff like that. I'll probably go more into with that portion of membership. It's called the Kingdom again. It's only 1 tier, and it is separate from Patreon, so check that out down below as well. And we'll link this down below. Obviously, you're probably not going to get this version because the hardcover version is a rare find. But if you are intrigued with Cujo, check it out down below. Otherwise, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you guys in the next video. Later.